We can try it together. Okay.
These graphics are so good.
We did it before. Push the hiss out.
Alright, cleanse the hiss, corrupted agent. Wish I had different outfits I could put on too. Alright, here we go. Let's try it out. See what we got. It's crazy how cutscene heavy this first area is.
The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
I can't cleanse them. I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director. Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen. The Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child? It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected. He came up with the HRAs, the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know. Trench? The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it. It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the Director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss. Where is the hotline? It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you. Okay, that's my next stop. That's Tomasi's department. He's the head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
They call me the Director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
So don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no stupid questions. The door to the comms department is just outside the boardroom back in the lobby. They should have gotten it open by now. Follow the signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there. Good luck, Jesse. See you back here once you have the hotline.
See if I can talk to her
hotline
again for no
should be
reason.
in the communications department.
All right, let's just go do what we're supposed to do
Thanks,
first.
Emily.
Then we'll report
I'm sure
back.
I'll have more questions soon.
Yeah, I
let
cannot
me know.
believe how good the graphics are. Like, look at these graphics, man. Every cutscene's like a... It's like what I would imagine, like, I hope The Last of Us 2 looks a lot like this, you know? Alright, we got, we did the first mission. Welcome to the oldest house. Now, so far, the entire game is taking place in here. I don't know if it'll branch out. Alright, enter the communications department to find the hotline. Where are we at in relation to that? So it's above us, up at the top. Okay. It's kind of a different thing. I like that you can keep the map on while running. Can I... Oh, dear.
There it is again. A welcome message.
Can't go in there. Yeah, I hear all that. Alright, let's look around over here first. So far, I really don't have an opinion on the game yet. When I saw trailers for it, it looked like you were going to be having abilities where you throw stuff. So far, we haven't got there yet. Oh, God. You know, they explode kind of like in Alan Wake when you shine the light on the enemy long enough, and then you get the shots in and they detonate, kind of. I think we'll go this way. I feel like we're about to get jumped. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. Alright, so far so good, right? I destroyed that.
So that's quite useful to have, especially if you're playing solo. And the Jabber can also do stuff like taunt enemies, draw aggro, and they eventually evolve into a beefcake with a shotgun instead of a pistol, and then the final evolution, I think it gets an SMG. So that pet is much more of an offensive tool. The second one is the Spider Ant Centurion. Big armoured spider ant looking thing. It's crazy. It looks like something out of Starship Troopers. Still holds up, by the way. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. And of course it gets massive in its final evolution. But this tree also gives you access to stuff like sending Rack to attack enemies. They're these flying things, so good for distraction. Now then, Mr. Chew. One of the best things about this guy is that you can pet him. You can pet the dog. You know that Twitter account that's like, can you pet the dog in this game? Well, I hope they've updated their stuff, because you can pet Mr. Chew, and he seems very happy. And this dude will eventually evolve into a great horned skag, and then an iridian skag. And he's got action skills like radiation pulls around him. You can teleport him through a rift that then explodes on enemies, and I was just using that all the time to deal with mobs. Really useful. And again, you can really see in this gameplay why, if you're a solo player, maybe Flak is a good choice for you. Another reason that I picked Flak though is because of the voice actor. So Flak is voiced by Sungwon Cho. You may know him by his online internet name as ProsD, or Prosd, however you want to pronounce that. Very talented, he's done all sorts of work on various games and even TV shows. But he voices Flak in this game, and I just like his little skits that he does on YouTube, so that's another good reason to pick him. First it was Ice-T, now they've got ProsD. Vaughn is back as well. I think this guy was in Borderlands 2, if I recall correctly. It's not looking so good for him, but he's got probably one of the best sprint animations that I've seen in the game. Just look at him go. What's he been eating? Because whatever it is, I want some of that. he just takes off like a rabbit, man. Crazy. Ellie makes a return as well. The big chungus. This is a classic one-liner here.
Most humans are frail and weak, but you've got admirable heft, girl.
An admirable heft. What kind of a compliment is that? She takes it well though. I think she enjoyed that. But in the start of this game, she helps you get a vehicle. So all around the map are vehicle stations, and this is the open world component of Borderlands 3, really, driving from mission to mission, or just going around killing enemies, I suppose, if you want a bit of fun. You can customize the vehicles too, like add rocket launchers, various different components to them. There are different types of vehicles too. One of my complaints with Borderlands 2 was that in the open world bits, it felt like you were just driving around a lot and nothing was really happening, and I just kind of got bored with those sections. But in this game, I feel like they're throwing enough at you, whether that's enemies or bandits driving at you and then you engage in some like Mad Max style battle on your way to a mission, or it's groups of enemies that pop up, whatever it might be. It could be discovering a side mission, for example. I never felt bored when I was driving from A to B to C, back to B again. There's also fast travel, of course, so once you've gone to that area and unlocked that fast travel, you can bink over there if you want to do that. Another great thing about Flak and the pets is that you can order them. So let's say you want to single a big enemy out so they can take the aggro while you go ahead and clean up a load of mobs. That's an option there too. One thing that I'm really looking forward to though with Flak is, let's say you party up with 3 of your friends, so you've got 4 of you all together. You're all playing as Flak, and you've all got different pets or different evolutions of those pets all at once. How is that going to look, and what kind of crazy combinations will people come up with there? That's definitely going to be fun. Unfortunately, I'm yet to play this game with other people, other real people in the party. But when it releases, I'll definitely be partying up with my usual crew for sure. It was quite fun though, playing as Flak solo, because it's kind of like you've got a friend there. It's just AI and a pet and a dog. So it worked out fine, to be honest. It was quite good. I wanted to show you this too. This is a mission that I was doing for a dude called Marcus. I think it was just a side mission. And if you look on the right, there is an optional objective there. So if you just want to complete the mission as quick as possible, the objective up there is to collect skag spines and then hand them in. But you'll see there's also an optional objective too. It's got the little plus next to it. And if you do that, it might take you a bit more time and it could be more difficult. But when completed, as you can see, I did both, and Marcus let me into his secret stash where there was a couple of different grenade types that I picked up that I didn't have before. So it's definitely worth doing those side objectives. Wrapping things up, later on in the demo, there's a main mission where you have to go and attack the Holy Broadcast Center. There's this awesome moment where you attack from outside, you push up through all of the enemies, get inside, take all those guys out there, and eventually you come up against this guy called Mouthpiece, and he is essentially a boss. Now, this is a boss that's very early on in the game. It had a couple of different stages and a few different attacks, and the environment that you're in also changed as the health of the boss depleted. So there are these sound pads on the floor, and he charges them up, and you have to avoid them, otherwise they do a ton of damage to you. He's also got a shield and minions that he sends out at you. It was a really interesting boss fight, and if this is just an early game boss, I'm really excited to see what the late game bosses are like, and I hope that they continue this trend of having bosses with multiple attack types in interesting environments rather than just a bullet sponge. So fingers crossed there's more like this later on in the game. With that said, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Once again, I didn't want to be too spoilery, so I've left out a load of key story details that you can all enjoy for yourself when the game's out.
He's dead, actually. I actually think he's dead. Yeah, glitch. I'll look away from that. Sure.
I don't like that.
That is the icon with the circle and the triangle on it. I think I can stealth melee somebody.
What you?
Never mind. That's all. I didn't even see that he was there. Barely. Yes.
Okay, so this is a new feature of the game. You can actually carry bodies now, enemies' bodies, away, or even friends' bodies. You can save and take them again.
Here, doesn't work here. Hello?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Somebody sees me. Hold on.
Yep.
Switch
You
this
can't
stuff.
Okay, you hear me?
You're going to be fine. Super fine.
Best player
Ever. guys, I'm going on the top of the rock. Take position. I see one rocket gunner on the rooftop. Two actually. Or A, B. Are we doing stealth or running again? Cool. Trust me. We're going to be fine. Okay, I need to take care of the second one. I see patrol here. A and C.
Okay. Ready to snipe with A and C.
Oh, there's a car between behind us.
Ah, shit! Bam
Oh, watch out, guys.
That's a tree.
Did someone take care of the other rocket gunner?
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
the other, they're both dead.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Got it. Thank you. Yes. Somebody's rushing you guys.
You're welcome. Trying to use the special ability.
Where's the breach in the fence? That's probably by that heavy guy.
Jones out.
Fence.
Okay, guys. I'm coming as a support.
Yeah, just be careful. I think the heavy's still there.
think we need to go upstairs, guys. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's what that is?
Yeah,
Oh,
okay, let's go.
Okay.
Heavy down.
Yeah.
As is so often, it sets up little kind of scenarios, so you're kind of within a particular boundary. I was on that page, I needed to like paint that creature, but then within that you get like the freedom to kind of express yourself, and that's kind of how the game works in general. What's happening here is that this being, Luna, kind of comes to life, looks quite scary. It kind of gives Ash the ability, well, it gives him back first of all his notebook, kind of fixes it up, finds some pages, puts it all together, and gives him a magical paintbrush.
Right.
Which is the thing, which becomes very, very important.
I can imagine it does. Who doesn't want a magical paintbrush? I'd definitely have one.
And what that does is it kind of sets up the game's dynamic, which is there's this city which is very deprived, and your creativity dispels that. And this is number 2. I want to talk to you specifically about what the magic brush does. There it is, he's wielding it. The first thing you do is you remember that as a kid you went around town drawing genies. You just loved drawing them.
Okay.
And so now you go back, and these are things that, this is a bit of trailer footage before we get back to the bit that I played. This is the kind of first major thing that you draw in town. So you've gone back to town now. This is your old drawing, and then you get to get your magical paintbrush out. That's a bit of paint that now lives on your back called splotch.
Okay.
By the way. And then you kind of see what I meant about being able to create within a particular kind of template. So
right.
Splotch is kind of saying, hey, why don't you draw your genie and see what happens? I did my first one upside down. So the face was at the bottom. I just did the stroke the wrong way. So mine looked like the kind of tortured horror animal. But yeah, you see you have like different horns for genies, for example. So you can kind of just interpret, you kind of see the thing on the floor, and you get to interpret what your version of that is.
That is really cool.
And every kind of, you can see that the stroke of the motion controller, of the DualShock 4 motion controls are going into the paintbrush, and that is like giving a bit of a flair and a shape to, and a distinctiveness to the template elements that you pull out from your notebook.
That is really, really cool. I really like that.
It's nice. And then, it, as with a lot of the things in the game, it kind of comes to life. And there's something really satisfying about being in this old fishing town, which is kind of very dark, like brickwork everywhere, looks very run down. And your job, basically, is to walk around creating life and brightness. It's very nice.
Yeah. Not a graffiti artist.
No, not just your name, Ash. Ash was here. This is number 3, Dave. This is more about the open world. There is like an open world element to the game. So you will go. So first of all, Luna kind of shows you from the lighthouse all of the town and the corruption within it, and kind of hints to you. Look, these are all the areas you can go in Denska. This is the fishing district, and sends you down there and encourages you to fix everything up with your creativity. And this is kind of a flashback to what it was before, which is a nice change of art style. And there are different open world things that you can do in every area. So you can see these, well, first of all, you get to free paint. So again, this is, you take elements from your sketchbook, those little squares, and where you put them and how big you draw the stroke will define how big they turn up on the wall. And you can then like just grab other things, bits of like, you can do the sky, there's like an aurora borealis kind of thing, northern lights thing there, different plants, and then it will kind of come to life as you paint it. Then sometimes the genie's saying, hey, can you illuminate these lights for me? And the lights are another open world element. Think a kind of like a pared down kind of Assassin's Creed or Far Cry. Like in every area there's a similar kind of like, I will go into all of this sort of thing, and then there will also be this thing. The lights are the thing which reclaims every area for you. If you draw on behind the lights, they will come into life.
Right, okay, I understand.
And that's how your progress goes. And then this is your kind of open world map, and you can switch between lights and the other activities that you'll be going in the open world. Pages from your sketchbook, which will give you new templates to draw, new things that you can draw. So you can draw kind of a scary tree now, and genies to interpret, bring to life, which will then give you other kind of little interactions and tasks as well. These are the horrible bullies. There's like a light stealth element to, they'll be sometimes in an area that you want to get to, and you can kind of show yourself to them and they will chase you, or you can distract them and they'll run away.
Right, got you.
In this case, you've gone to get a page for your book. And I think that the other thing you can do with genies is when they will request stuff.
So there's kind of like a very light puzzle element. And if you draw it for them, they become super happy. You see that paintbrush down in the bottom right hand corner?
Yes.
That will fill up. They give you what's called super paint. I'm not sure it's based on real physics or paint. But when you use super paint, this is the only way that you can get rid of the corruption once it's on the wall. You can't paint there normally. Super paint kind of blasts it away.
Right, I got you.
And does a kind of a heightened form of whatever template you have chosen.
Right, okay.
So it's just like a cool difference. It's just like blasting away bad stuff.
Yeah.
With
power washing.
Yeah.
Power washing.
Yeah, with fuel from Genies, which you have taken graffiti requests from.
I'd be much more into power washing if it was with Genies.
Yes. Yeah. The thing I really like about the game, this is number 4 now, is that at the end of when you kind of cleared out every area, you do what's called a masterpiece, which is you can see these Genies are here that you've created. So there's kind of like this cool just celebration of the end of the area. They're requesting certain things from you. Again, you get to arrange them wherever you want on this wall. So you're making your own version of what they're asking for. But then
See Duncan in the dry goods and sundry building. He ought to have an employee ID in that stash of illicit goods he keeps for select clientele. May luck be with you, since I won't be.
I don't think I like Miss Catherine. Not just on account of the swearing, though she swears awful much.
She's fine. Well, so long as you ain't on her bad side. Then she's liable to drown you in the waterfall.
My dry goods come 75% guaranteed mold-free. Was that 75% mold-free? No rubbernecking. Make a buy or move on. Not so fast. The biometric IDs are special goods, only on offer to special clients. Well, you do look like the honestly dishonest type, by which I mean my favorite customer. Give me a jiffy to break. I mean calibrate the ID. This goes like that. Nope, not quite right. A bit to the left, mayhaps. That'll do it. For a CMP factory line worker, she sure is a beauty. Careful. I'm trusting you to guard this specialty good with your life. I mean it. Lose the ID and you don't get another. Also, you'll be off my list of unwholesome customers. Will that be all, or do you require something to say, scratch your itch?
Be a part of the new line shift. Don't tell me you lost your key card already. A lost card's worth 2 infractions, you know. Depends on what you got. But I reckon we can work something out. Pleasure doing business with you. You weren't never here and I didn't give you this card.
Authorized personnel.
It's not my fault I got my shit.
System worker error. Employee information not found. Identify yourself. Error. Transfer request not found. State your employer. Registered. A fine of 10,000 bits will be assessed in your corporation's ledger for failure to follow transfer procedures. Thank you for your cooperation.
I don't know what's worse. The taste of Borscht beans, or the stench that comes later.
Error. Employee information not found. Identify yourself. Error. Paradox protection protocols have prevented me from registering your stated identification. Error. Paradox prevention has temporarily disabled this unit's auditory processing. Thank you for your cooperation.
This is a lot more interesting and also more difficult, sometimes frustrating. You could be in a race that dynamically changes into a pursuit at any time, and the chances are it will. Police in this game get really aggressive and they try to attack your car, and this can throw you off course. The more heat level that you have, the more cops will be chasing after you, and the tougher they will be. They'll come in faster cars, they will come in these reinforced Rhino vehicles that attack you from the front and are really, really annoying, and they even have choppers that track you. The police are difficult to get away from, and they busted me a few times. It was only in the second playthrough that I managed to escape. Now, spike strips are also thrown out there occasionally, but if you are unlucky enough to run over one, it won't be completely game over, because after a few seconds of cooldown, via the magic of video games, you're going to get new tyres. It will massively slow you down during that period though, so it's a way that they can use to catch you, but it's not going to be completely game over, let's say. One thing to remember though is that it seems if you're caught by the police during a nighttime session, you will lose all of your reputation that you've earned during that session. So basically, don't get caught. You don't want a criminal record. It's not just police traps that you need to worry about too. Your car has a limited amount of health. In Need for Speed Payback, you could ram into police cars willy-nilly as much as you wanted to, but in Heat, you almost need to be a bit more tactical about it, let's say. Hitting police cars, or likewise getting hit by them, is going to do damage to your car, and eventually, if you absorb too much damage, your night is going to be ruined. Speaking of the police though, they are still there during the day, but when you're doing showdown events, they won't bother you as they're deemed to be completely legal. I don't know how they got that one past the law, but they did. However, when you're in free roam mode during the day, you'll definitely be given a hard time if they spot you breaking any laws, such as looking at your mobile phone while driving. Okay, that's a joke, but speeding. In a Need for Speed game, never. It hasn't been fully explained how the day and night system works, because in previous games it tended to be a cycle, but now it seems to be player controlled. So you can spend as much time during the showdown events as you want to build up your money, and then when you're ready to do some dangerous illegal races for reputation, you can change it up to nighttime. That's cool. As with any racing game, the main focus is the cars, and that's where Need for Speed Heat tries to shine. This game will have 127 cars to choose from at launch, including cars from Mercedes, Porsche, Ferrari, McLaren, and even a Polestar, which has been featured in the trailers and advertising. Perhaps a car that a lot of people aren't familiar with. One manufacturer that you won't see though is Toyota, because as they tweeted, they refuse to add their cars in the game due to the connection with illegal street racing. Yes, that's a real thing. Each car though can be heavily customized with changes to the wheels, colours, wing mirrors, bumpers, hoods, decals as you saw at the start, and some crazy rear wing combinations. This is really the area that players want the most, I think. The more customization in a car game, the better. In the build I played, there was a great amount to change, and I barely scratched the surface. There's actually an app that you can download right now too, and get a taste of the customization options in this game. Ghost Games, the developers, say that there are a lot more customization options this time around, and there's even a setting to change the sound of your exhaust, and you can preview it too. If you've played the previous games, you'll be quite familiar with the system and the UI, as it's largely the same. Unlike with the last game though, which had a very complicated and I'd say unintuitive system for unlocking car upgrades, Heat has gone in a different and better direction. The game utilises the two currencies that you earn by playing both the day and night races. Reputation, you get that at night, and that's used to unlock new parts and customization at your garage. Once they're unlocked, you can then use the money that you've earned to buy them. It's quite straightforward and simple as it.
Squad can call it in. Yeah, better do this by the book. Oh, movement! Taking aim!
Gonna need to get through here. Thank you.
Attention all units. We've lost contact with our troops stationed at cargo pad 119 Gallon. Keep to your posts and stay alert.
Watch out! Let me out!
A Jedi. This is what I've trained for. On you. I will make you hurt. You'll pay. Suffer, Jedi. We've got them on the run. Keep pushing. Looks like you're blocked. I'll fix that. Never seen a trooper like that before. You gotta get these Wookiees out of lockup. Keep moving, Jedi. Vents open. Go.
Think you can help me, BD?
Flame beetles. They're coming through the wall. Hit their nest.
my 1-inch punch. Sure, I'll give it a shot. One-inch punch. Maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe I'll practice some more? Never mind. Excuse me.
Here to train? Have you come to spar or fight one of the monks? Which will it be? A fight? Very well. At your level, Red Tiger should be a good match.
Not a chance.
Is that all you're made of? Don't make me laugh. Yes, well done. That's enough to raise your rank.
Thank you.
Do not get complacent. You must aim ever higher.
Excuse me.
Here to train? Have you come to spar or fight one of the monks? Which will it be? A fight? Very well. At your level, Red Tiger should be a good match.
Not a chance.
Stop that tickle!
their new world a comfortable one.
Some edges have definitely been smoothed and a bit more polish has been applied. I am very happy with this. Let's have a quick look. Leaderboards. Oh, Elthrissim's already on 8 stars. I noticed him streaming this earlier. Wow, you got a lot of money there. My lord, and a lot of kudos. It's fine, it's fine. Our advanced knowledge of the game will allow us to rocket past. It'll take no time at all. Biffa already making a start there. Very well done there, Blala, as well. Hopefully, my list of friends that I have on Steam who are also playing will fill out, and we'll be able to do all sorts of awesome multiplayer challenges with them. Korea. Okay, well, we've unlocked nothing. I had to check, though, because I didn't know if any of it was going to carry over. Okay, so we've got $200,000 and 10,000 shares. And the share prices are 20 each. Can I buy people out? Oh, is this like theme park? If this has like a share thing like theme park, and I can just buy shares in my friends' hospitals and eventually take control and have huge amounts of... this is going to be so great. Right, rename the foundation. Of course, we're not going with 2 Point Foundation, but we can't just go ahead and reuse Dapper Dell Wellness Foundation, can we? No. We're going to be Dapper Dell Wellness Foundation. Wellness... Wellnessary. There we go. Makes perfect sense. Doesn't this just speak of a hospital that you can put your trust in? The Dapper Adele Wellnessary. Perfect. Okay, begin your career as a hospital administrator. Learn the basics of your job by establishing your first hospital. Now, the way I'm going to be playing it this time is we're going to try and do as much as we can in the hospital before we move on to the next one. And hopefully that means that we're going to be able to unlock all of the swanky things without having to use all our kudosh. 2 Point Hospital, welcome to 2 Point County. Are you ready to start building your first hospital and curing some patients? I don't know, it's a big step, really. Just to be aware, if there is anything I gloss over, because I have played this extensively in the alpha, if there are questions that I don't seem to explain in the episode, please don't hesitate to pop a comment down below and I will do my best to answer it. Or, of course, you can go back and check the earlier episodes where I go through a lot of the early game. The first, I think, 3-4 hospitals we managed to cover in the alpha. And that will explain a lot of the basic mechanics. But okay, 2 Point Hospital. Looking around the hospital. Oh, really do I have to do this? Okay, then. Move around the hospital, hold the right mouse button and drag. Move the cursor to the edge of the screen and WhatsApp keys. Let's move the camera. There we go. Now, what's up next? The first thing the hospital will need is a reception. Patients will head there when they arrive at the hospital. Let's build a reception desk near the entrance. Click on the items and build a reception. It's the only thing we can build. Very well. Now, where do I want to place this? I don't want my reception to be all the way out there. I guess we could have it kind of in the middle, I suppose. Just as they pop through the door. But the thing is, what if we end up with the big queues? I kind of like having a reception desk over to the side myself. Yeah, we're going to do that. We'll pop the reception desk right about here. Yoink. There we are. Great, we'll need an assistant to run the reception. Let's hire one now. Okay, I guess we do have to have an assistant. It is true. Customer service, increase reception and retail skills. Wow, you're good. You're already up to customer service 3. That's very good. Let's have a look at you, though. You're charming. nausea-inducing, and more roast than toast. So, charming makes people happier when interacting with them. Gross makes people feel sick. My advice, early on, in the very early parts of the game, this advice doesn't strictly hold true up until the point that you can train your staff. However, once you can train your staff with different skills, then skills are not the important hiring decision. It is what traits they have, because those don't go away. You will always be gross, unfortunately, Amy, and it's tragic, but it's true. Dwight Fossil, on the other hand, has potential, yet to master cursive. Is a fast learner, a quick learner that should develop quickly. For example, you're infinitely better than Amy because you're not going to make people sick, and in a hospital, sick people is not a good thing. So, sure, you're also a lot less to hire, but well, actually, you're only one customer service skill left. Or about Tarquin Stud Muffin, really? Hygienic. Thinks their life is a rom-com. Believes marzipan is toxic. Hygienic. Likes to stay clean and hygienic. Romantic. Constantly falling in and out of love. Aww. Tarquin. With a name like Stud Muffin, that doesn't actually surprise me too much. But no, we're going to go with Dwight. There you go, Dwight. Enjoy. General Practitioner's Office. Great. Before we officially open, we'll need a GP's office. Patients will visit a doctor working as a general practitioner at each stage of their diagnosis. The GP will assess patients and decide if they are ready for treatment or if they require further diagnosis. Let's build a GP's office now. To build a room, click on the Rooms button and pick one from the list, etc., etc. Now, on this level, it's not necessary. I don't think we can even expand this level out. So, it's not as big a concern, but when you're on other levels, do consider the way that people are going to move through your hospital. So from GPs to diagnosis or straight to treatment, and if they go to diagnosis, they're going to have to go back to GPs, so you might want another GP after it, so that you keep the queue moving through the hospital. Anyone who's played Ye Olde Theme Parky, or in fact Ye Olde Theme Hospitally, will know what we're talking about here. Now, GP's office, where do we want it? I think we'll start around here and start moving off in that direction. I think that's a pretty solid idea myself. And we'll have a nice big room too. We can have a big old GP's office, and sure, we'll pop that there. And, because there's no such thing as privacy, we're going to put a window there. I may even put a window over here. There's not a lot you can do to stop me. Except complain bitterly in the comments. Yeah, we're going to have a window there as well. Now, every one of these is going to affect the prestige of the room, and the higher the prestige, the more people like it. That is, more people will like being in the room, so talking with the doctor, and additionally, the better the overall performance of the doctor, I believe. Sure, we'll pop you there. We are going to need a filing cabinet. Certain things are absolutely necessary in the room. Not all things, though. For example, we can have a filing cabinet there. And a wee plant. But, well, you know what? We'll have the wee plant over here. Now, if you hold down control, you are no longer snapping to the ground, so you can actually sometimes squeeze in a little bit of extra room, or you can just make things look a little bit better. But we're going to pop you there. There we go. I do want a fire extinguisher, though. We'll pop that right next to the filing cabinet. Now, we can't put a lot of these things in. Kudosh is earned through the game by achieving goals like curing X many patients, so on and so forth. And you can spend that on all sorts of wonderful gubbins. In fact, you can spend it on things like cheesy gubbins. I think we get cheesy gubbins. It's basically the snack machine to start with, and then we got other snack machines later on. Now, if we could just get your prestige up just a tiny bit more. Now, if we go down here, we can actually see visualization modes. So we want to have a look at how nice this room is. It's not particularly nice yet, so let's try and get that niceness up a little bit more. We'll have a wee plant right there, just to kind of obscure the one. Actually, these haven't been placed because we're still in we're still building the rooms, so they don't technically count yet. That's a bit of a shame. Still, I would like another plant. I have a decent amount of plants in here. I'm going to move this one though. This one can go live. Let's pop it to there instead. There we are. I just like plants, alright? Lay off. So is medical records and romantic novels. Well, we'll pop a romantic novel one over here. This one is for the romantic novels. The other one is for actual medical records. No one's gonna know. It's us. Okay, I don't think I can really push the prestige any higher. We'll get it.
Next HQ. Infinite Warfare was kind of weird. I know that a lot of people were not really feeling the wall running and stuff, and they kept advertising World War II as being like boots on the ground. You know, that was a big slogan for a while. Yeah, we're just kind of transitioning around. Scavenger Ghost and Cold Blooded. Wow, I wonder if they got the pro versions of those though, because I used to use Cold Blooded Pro, and man, it was out of control. The HQ. Man, the last Call of Duty. Oh man, I forgot about that. The last Call of Duty that I really played a lot of was World War II. I played Black Ops 4 when it came out. I did play Blackout a lot. I had a few funny moments happen with that. I never really made videos for that on my channel, but I won a couple matches. Nothing really big, but a lot of times you just kind of have to wait around, get the tier 3 armor, whatever it was called, and then, you know, just kind of set up shop when the zone keeps getting minimized. Man, it's crazy like how good this person is or how bad the other people are. Like, look at this. Like, there's no way that person did not see him. The pre-aim, the quick turn. Was that 10 sensitivity with a mouse and keyboard, maybe? Oh, God. That's like what I would say. Like I was actually there. Yo, I was excited for this because this footage is like... It's got to be the cleanest looking footage I've ever been sent. I think the only other time it was comparable was was Activision when they sent me the start of Destiny 2 in like 4K on PC originally. And I was like, holy shit, this looks insane. Like, it's a completely night and day difference from console.
Location secured.
Yo, this, I mean, I'll be honest, like the map looks nice. I know we're going to get different maps, but I thought it was going to be a montage of footage. I guess there's edits when the person dies or whatever. 10 kills in a row, though. Oh, boy. Almost took out a teammate there. Yo, I'm about to get to see a tactical nuke. Oh, my goodness. Gunrunner, okay. Domination. Wait, this wasn't the same map. Is this a new map? Hold on. I don't know. I don't think so. It looks familiar, though. I'm not sure. It looks a lot like that map from World War II. I don't know what it was. It's the one with, like, the... It might be an old... I didn't play Call of Duty's multiplayer in Advanced Warfare or Infinite Warfare, so if any of these maps... This one just looks familiar. I feel like I've played on it almost, but parts of it look like I've seen it, other parts don't. Maybe some mixture. I mean, it is probably the same engine, so maybe like Infinity Ward and stuff, they maybe reuse stuff here and there.
Emergency airdrop available.
My favorite campaign, though, to answer the question from earlier, I just begin to call up something like that the gameplay's so smooth, and this person's actually legit, like way better. Like if I was given the game and I had to make a video of multiplayer, like I would not get this kind of level of kills and stuff. People are just insanely good.
We lost Charlie.
Like 9 and 10 kill streaks in a row, like almost without even breaking his sweat, it looks like. That gun is nasty. What is that? Sounds like the AA-12, but it's... Oh my god. I usually don't do reaction stuff much, but anytime I'm given footage early, I know I got like stuff from this and like Borderlands 3 on the same day. So I'm doing like double reactions today. Some days I'm playing games, and I don't know when it turned into this. People seem to enjoy this, so, you know, if you do, just destroy that like button. It kind of lets me know that you enjoy this kind of early gameplay type stuff. But I thought Advanced Warfare's story was really good. I think that was the one with Kevin Spacey, I guess before all the controversy. But, like, I didn't really like Infinite Warfare too much, multiplayer or story. Even the zombies in that game was kind of... Now, the story for World War II, though, was really good. Like, really, really good. I think part 1 of that's one of my most viewed videos I've ever done. It's like in that top 5 or 6, I think.
Securing Bravo.
So this is just like, this is 3-point domination, I think. I'm really interested in seeing what that cyber attack thing is. Stop capping it. What about the flag? I guess if you have to go chasing. Okay, they got it. So you get the capture assist if you walk away, so I like that. Like when I play Destiny 2 and I play control and stuff where you gotta control the points, if you cap all of it except for like 1% and get killed and somebody else caps it, you don't get credit at all. You don't even get the assist for it. Alright, cyber attack. This is what I've been looking for. I don't know if this is something that they brought back or if something completely new. It looks like something new to me. As to say, I missed a few Call of Duties here and there. I feel like if this was a game mode that was brought up... Oh, it's like a live control thing. Is it? Can you revive each other? I guess they're all dead there. Maybe, I don't think we started at the beginning. It's gonna be a round. Okay, round 1. Coalition eliminated. Okay, nice. Okay, yeah. Man, you're gonna cut to a 5v2? That looks like they're planting EMPs. Okay. This is so cool, man. Like, it looks really smooth. Like, really smooth.
Cluster strike ready for launch.
Oh my god. So what happens if it detonates? I guess you just win the round. It's a round-based thing, but a 2v2, it looks like you can res. Those look like the little res icons. If they have a skull, I'm guessing that means you can't. But see how it's like gaining up to 2v3, 2v2. It's as long as you defend, you're good. You win the round. I like that.
There's more where that came from.
It's a pretty cool little game type. I think my favorite Call of Duty still is Modern Warfare 2. The campaign for I think it was just the original Modern Warfare. Yeah, COD 4. I wonder what number COD this is, technically. If you counter all of them, we had... I remember the first one. And you had the second one, which was insane on veteran mode. And then you had Call of Duty 3, which I think was Treyarch. Then you had Modern Warfare that kind of came out of nowhere, took over. COD 4 was amazing. Then, I don't know if World at War came out before or after Modern Warfare 2, but then that was 6. And then from there, it just kind of gets hazy. I know we had Modern Warfare 3, we had Ghosts, we had Black Ops 1, 2, 3, 4, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare. Man, we've had a lot. This person is moving. Plant EMP. Saboteur. That's a cool word, man. I don't know if that's how you say it. It's like sabotage, but like you're the person to sabotage. So this seems a lot easier if you have to plant. I do like the leaning around corners. I know that hasn't always been in COD games. That definitely... I think Wolfenstein just recently had that as well. Like a lot of games now have kind of been implementing that. I know like PUBG, Rainbow Six Siege. Like this right here. This brings like head glitching to a whole new level.
Hey guys, what is going on? It's Cruz Ava here and also Task 4 in Right. So maybe with De Bruyne and some strafe dribbling here, you can keep the ball face up and kind of look for your options in midfield a bit. Oh, that took such a long time. Ederson, what are you doing?
Like the tackling was also crazy. The ball was so fast paced afterwards. It was like very surprising how far it got. Oh, these are tough passes, but I think with the players of Manchester City you are able to play them.
Yeah.
Very good passers. And can you see like this pass with Van Dijk? I hadn't a very good setup with the pass and therefore it was lacking some power. So this was a dummy move and it was very close to surprise you.
Ah, that was stupid.
So the dummy is like something I explained in a video for FIFA 19 where I was explaining the different techniques to control the ball. And what you do is you press R1 or RB and you let the ball through and it's very nice if the defender is behind you. Wow, this is so slow. I wanted to go for a strafe dribbling but nothing happened and this is probably because Fabinho is not the best dribbler.
Yeah, strafe
Maybe.
dribbling with Fabinho is kind of risky, I would say. So it's definitely a feature where you need to watch out when to use it and how long. Here, for example, it's definitely unpleasant to defend against it because you can never be sure when to go for the tackle. I should try to use it more in those kind of
I had
situations.
some opponents in the closed beta where they were like, "Whoa, what is he doing?" Like it was so very hard to defend against it. It was so dangerous all the time. Wow.
I tried a driven lobbed through ball there, and it wasn't the worst.
It looked very
scenario for
dangerous.
it. Yeah.
Oh, Salah, he's a great dribbler. You can see this. You can really notice the difference in dribbling. And
you got me there.
Oh, I wanted to go for the pass in the background and then continue here. We are not the only guys recording videos, as you can tell from the background noises. We hope it's not too loudy for you, but this is the best that we can do. Oh wow, now Manchester City is showing up. I mean, ooh,
the dribbling.
So we got some notification that we should hurry up a little bit because we're already over time here.
What is going on with our neighbors?
Like other guys are in pain.
Yeah, you can right there. I had another red time finish, and you can really see that we're struggling with it sometimes.
Especially you, I have to say, because I don't try it as much as.
Yeah, I should try it less. I'm still in the habit of FIFA 19,
yeah.
and it's difficult to.
In FIFA 19, there was a need that you basically do it every time, because the finishing was so inconsistent, and it's not as inconsistent anymore, and therefore you don't need it. But we already said that several times. So this is a situation when you're face up against the... I mean, I tried to showcase it and George took advantage of me. It's like very nice of him. I wanted to show like strafe dribbling and stuff, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to take the ball.
I just didn't use it right, so sorry.
Fuck you. I was about to say something very bad, as you can tell. Yeah, but in a 1 versus 1 situation like this, like George is full try hard. He doesn't give a damn about it. But I want to show some new stuff. Very nice of him.
I don't know. I was just
I like
in
that
my defending
approach.
Focused right there. Oh, nice. Wow, you still got to the ball. That's
I don't
crazy.
know how. So you can see like he had to slide for this pass, and therefore the pass was so lackluster. What were you about to say?
I was about to say that we didn't use any of the new skill moves so far.
Yeah, I can show like one which I thought is going to be very good, maybe with Salah here. This is the lateral heel to heel. It looks fancy, it looks cool that you think maybe in a 1 versus 1 the defender is like directly in front of you, but like you don't gain a lot of space from it, and therefore I don't think it's really an option. Yeah.
Oh, there it wasn't bad, I would say. What is Mané doing?
Like he's tearing apart the Manchester City defense, or what do you mean?
I don't know, like sometimes I just can't get into the challenges.
Yes,
somehow.
And this is what I told you like in the closed beta. Sometimes I was feeling a little bit helpless.
Right there, for example.
And this is something that we want to cover then quite soon as the game is released, as soon as we have enough experience to tell you how you can make sure that you feel comfortable in defense. I think it was a very nice dribbling, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, 1 or 2 close situations where I felt like I should get the ball maybe, but also Mané is a great dribbler, so that was definitely one of the reasons.
Mahrez is also a very good dribbler.
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva, I guess you're not playing him, I would say. Silva is also like very good. You have a lot of good dribblers and passers in... Wow.
Oh!
Wow.
Why are they...
Wow, wow!
Jesus Christ. Why are they not using their chances?
Nice goal.
I mean, the rebound in the end was definitely lucky, but in the build-up and the through pass, I wouldn't say they were horrible.
I have the feeling I should have gotten to the pass, but for some reason it got really... I mean, like that Silva was able to get in front of him, like... I didn't expect this, to be honest.
That was risky.
I'd sometimes just do it. I mean, obviously, this is not a good situation to go for this. So I can't continue
Here,
here.
strafe up dribble was
Exactly.
very good.
Yes, exactly. Because I can't continue and then I use it to pull back the ball and gain some time on the ball.
And there you did it with L1, R1 together, right?
No, it was a normal one.
Okay.
So
Because it was kind of sideways, and
Yeah.
that's what you can do with L1, R1. If